Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to this podcast episode where I was really guided to share about some of the messages that I have strongly received over the past week, because it's going to be a theme over January. I must say I'm really struggling to get the messages out. There are many guides that I have connected with lately, and it's just a little bit hard to just find a way to get these messages out in a structured way. But I guess this will do. The message that I was receiving is around the mind programming of the guru cultures, the cults. This is something a concept that I realized the other day, and that I coined as the 2% formula. Meaning, 98% of the information that is spread within these cults, within these communities, spiritual communities, false light communities, are very accurate, very structured, very well thought, and very, sometimes really very polished. That's what I want to say, very polished. So if we are operating from a rational, strictly rational, mind-based way of being, and we do not connect with our hearts, we can very easily fall into these cults. Now, the invitation of our guides, I needed to expand on the 2%. Okay, so the 98% is very accurate. A lot of them have, certifications over certifications over certifications, and they are very smart. There's no doubts about it. The cults are operated by very smart individuals that are mentalists. They really understand human psychology. And these are the narcissists, the reptilians that are, that have an agenda. They know how to sneak into your system. They know how to manipulate your emotional body so that you get trapped, basically, into these systems, into these containers that ultimately serve the dark agenda, the dark forces. So the 2% is the exact bits of information that they need to sneak into your system. And sometimes they will be almost like they will be unperceivable, because everything else they say, it's, oh my God, so accurate, and it's actually helpful. But that 2% will do the job. This is a very, very, very complex topic, but I truly hope that will resonate for you in a way that will allow you to discern and to really see through the accuracy of, through the layers of false illusion, to the layers of false light. And the only way to do so is if you stay connected to your heart. The way into the new earth is releasing all illusions about how reality works. That is very logical, because when we are invited to walk the path of ascension, a lot of it will invite us to walk by faith and not by taking the rational path. A lot of it will be trusting your intuition, You will be pushed to your limits to trust your intuition versus the logical mind. Why? Because the logical mind, our minds have been programmed from the moment that even before we landed on Earth, because of all the past lives and everything that we need to release to come renewed and to really purify our vessels so that we can come back into our light bodies and restore our systems to the 0 point. So what I was guided to share and what I was made aware of is the 2% that feels icky, the 2% that doesn't sit right with you. Even though 90% of that, I just saw 555, the 90%, the 98%, and even the trust that you may have invested into a particular person or teaching or whatever, that 2% is something that you need to trust. And because everything in the new earth will be frequency based, nothing will be unperceived, nothing will be, there is no illusion in the new earth, period. Okay, illusion only exists at the level of the ego. But when the light will expose it all, it will expose all the shadows, it will expose all the darkness and dark agenda and so on, there won't be any room for that. So January right now, as we are really entering into the age of light, into the age of Aquarius, will reveal that 2%. And what will happen, maybe something that's what I'm hearing is already happening with you, and it's happening to me. Gosh, I am being invited. I was shocked to see through the layers of some of the teachers that I even considered, I used to follow because truly they were helpful and they were accurate, etc. But that 2% that didn't sit well with me really started to be revealed, and it's almost like a switch, it exposed the agenda to me, and I could see through the layers of illusions of how these systems operate. I was hearing that throughout January as well. Until the end of the month of January, we will start seeing more and more of these cults and how they operate. There is no such thing as cults in the new earth. We don't have like mentors, or we have guides. Yes, we can act as torches of light, but ultimately every single information needs to pass through our hearts, and we need to sit with it, and we need to check the frequency of that information and how it is being delivered. This is the message that really, really wanted to come through for quite a few days. I resisted it. I recorded a podcast once, but then I didn't post it, and I just had to, because I'm hearing it's very, very important to start really going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the truth, into the light, into the reality. And what I'm hearing is the more we ascend, the higher the level, the higher the demons. Meaning, what do I mean by demons? The illusions. Those will be the least, the sneakiest, because they are the least perceivable, how do I put it? The least easier to perceive. Gosh, please excuse my English, but I'm trying to translate it in a way that is, I guess, understandable. The 2% will be the stubborn 2% that will, get you to a level of illumination. But that 2% will be the sneakiest. That makes sense, right? The more you ascend on the, the ascension spiral, the tougher the lessons, the higher the challenges. Okay, so, if you, and let me know if this is something that you have encountered, because personally, it has been a theme over the past weeks to start, being disappointed of people and leaders that I was trusting. And this is not, like a criticism or a judgment, but it's a shift into a new way of leadership. It's a shift into a new way of being, in which we're no longer blindly led by leaders, but we ourselves are sovereign enough to trust our hearts and to trust our inner intuition and take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and truly seeing through the intentions of someone. So when we solely rely on our rational minds, we will be led into the same old programming. But when we trust our heart and our intuition, this is the access to the new earth, which has no history, because it's unprecedented. We have no history of the new earth. We have no programming. So we got to solely rely on our hearts and our intuition. And the frequency of the heart does not lie. You know when someone is in their heart, and you know when someone is not, period. So the more you start seeing through these layers, the more you will learn to trust your own intuition. And the more you will be guided towards those who do as well, and you will be ejected out of these circles that are just basically nonsense. All right, beautiful ones. I hope that this message reached whoever needed. But I must say, I'm very compassionate, because it is a very tough, revealing moment when you put your trust into, a specific, when you invest into something or someone, and when the light just shows you the true colors, that's a very tough lesson that as evolved souls, we had to go through. But what I'm hearing is that although it may get more intense over the next weeks, towards the end of January, we will truly be able to be out of these circles. And I'm hearing like a lot of purification is coming, because the light is closer than ever. And it's our invitation right now to really brave through. Is that even a word? To brave through these lessons and heal. All right. I will check in soon with an energy reading. But until then, take care and bye for now.